Hello and welcome to this video on recent Supreme Court cases. The case we're looking at today is Commissioners for His Majesty's Revenue and Customs and Fisher and another. This is a case from 2023 and it's in the Supreme Court, and this case is around tax avoidance. So first of all, we're going to have a little look at the facts and the background to this case. So the Supreme Court were asked to consider a case about transfer of assets abroad and how this relates to tax. So this is the specific facts. The Fisher family complained about a tax decision. This was when assets were transferred abroad from a company and they were taxed. So the Fisher family argued that they were not chargeable under Section 739 of the Income and Corporation Taxes Act 1988 for the income, as they were not individuals who actually transferred the assets. Now this was because they were minority shareholders, and so they argued they weren't actually transferring the assets by the UK company to the foreign company. So the Supreme Court had to consider this and whether there was an issue of tax avoidance or whether they should be taxed. So the question really was whether they were transferors of the assets, and if they were, they could be taxed. But the Supreme Court held that they were not transferors of the assets because they were only minority shareholders. So actually, there was no tax applicable here. So let's briefly look at the reasoning of the court. So first of all, the court considered the case of Vesely, and this case decided that transferor should be interpreted narrowly. This also linked to the presumption that actually there shouldn't be any taxing of individuals unless this is very express in legislation, and this was not in the case. So the court distinguished two kind of definitions of transferor, one being the legal transferor, e.g. the company in this case, and the second definition being the individuals who could be seen as helping the transfer, i.e. the shareholders in this case. And the court decided that those two things should be distinguished and only the legal transferor should be taxed. And just by being a shareholder, just by having this role, this didn't mean that they actually effected the transfer, and so they were not transferors. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any further questions, please contact me at thelawguide@outlook.com.